All right, let's take a look at the first one. We need to find the domain. The domain are the x values. So it looks like it's starting right here on the x-axis and then going all the way to infinity. So I need to figure out where exactly that is. I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of counting. Look at the hash marks. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going from -4 to positive infinity. If you wanted to, you could have also written that as x is greater than -4. I did not put an equal sign because there is an open dot right there. All right, on number 2, it says find f of x plus h. So you're going to plug that in. So that'll be x plus h quantity squared minus x plus h. Make sure you put parentheses around that because that's easy to make a mistake with your sign. 2, you need to FOIL that out. And when you do that, you're going to get x squared plus 2xh. Oops, forgot my plus h squared minus x minus h. So I'm running out of room here, but 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared minus x minus h. All right. Not exactly the neatest written, but gives you the idea, and it doesn't look like there is anything there to combine like terms with. All right, number 3, find the zeros. So to find the zeros, you set it equal to 0. So 0 equals 4x plus 2/3. Subtract 2/3. I'm going to then divide by 4, which is the same as multiplying by 1/4. So -2/3 times 1/4 equals x. Again, multiplying by 1/4 is the same as dividing by 4. And that's going to give me -2 over 12, which is -1/6. All right, on number 4, f of -7, you have to figure out which one is it going to go into. Well, -7 is less than -3, so I'm going to put it in that top one. So the absolute value, and there's a negative on the outside, of 2 times -7 minus 1. So that gives me -14, -15 on the inside. Which when I take the absolute value, I get 15, but then put the negative sign, I'm going to get -15. All right, on number 5. That is when you want to determine whether the graph is symmetric with respect to the x, the y, or the origin. To test if it's symmetric with the x, you're going to let y equal -y. So all I'm doing is taking out the y, putting -y, and I get x equals 5 times -y squared minus 2. And when I square that, it becomes positive. And wow, I end up exactly with what I started with. So that one is a yes for the x-axis. Going to do the same thing with the y-axis. And you should get, let x equal negative x. So you take out the x, put in negative x. When you simplify that, you don't end up with what you started, so that one is a no. For the origin, you take out x and you put in negative x. You take out your y, put in negative y. Let's write that a little bit neater. So right now I'm doing the origin. And when I simplify it, the y becomes positive, but I still have there, so that's a no. So the only one that is a yes is the x-axis. Number 7, determine if the function x squared plus 9 over x squared plus 9 is continuous at negative 3. Well, if I put negative 3 in there, I'm going to get 9 plus 9 and then 9 plus 3. That gives me an output of 18 over 12. So it is continuous. The only way that would be have a discontinuity is if I had a 0 in that denominator, and if it canceled out, it would be a jump or a hole, or I'm sorry, it'd be removable or a hole. If it were an asymptote, it would be infinity. So number 8. Oops, I put that in the wrong spot. Number 8, describe the end behavior. Well, it's a negative leading coefficient with a even degree, so that is down, down. Number 9, the owner of a farm has 30 regular workers who each bring the farm a profit of $200 per day. For each additional worker hired, this profit decreases by $275. How many additional workers should the owner hire to maximize profits? So on that one, profits is going to be the number of workers. So right now, it would be the number of workers times 200. But for each additional worker hired, that would be 30 plus X. It's going to decrease profits by 275 per day. So that would be 200 minus 2.75 X. What you would have to do on that is you would FOIL it out, find the axis of symmetry, opposite B over 2A, and that would tell you what X is. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get a graph that's going to look like that, where X is on the denominator, profits, and here would be your maximum. So for time reason, I'm going to go ahead and put this into Desmos. That was X plus, let's go with 300 plus X, and nope, it was 30. and then 200 minus 2.75x. There it is. Tell you what. Should have had that set up ahead of time. So all I did there was adjust some of my windows. So it looks like x is 21.364. So again, the maximum on that was 21. And again, you could have foiled, if you didn't have Desmos, which you would not have on a test, you'd have to foil that out and then do opposite B over 2A. And it gives you 21 point something, which would be 21 more employees. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and stop there. And there will be a part 2 to this as well. I just don't want to get too long of a video.